My life changed the year our family business almost died. Before I tell you how I got revenge, tap the like button now so you don't forget later. People who hear the story to the end never see family loyalty the same way again. I grew up surrounded by the loud world of construction. The smell of fresh lumber, engines rumbling, steel grinding, that was my childhood soundtrack. Our company, Rio's Builders, wasn't huge, but my dad built it with honesty. He was the kind of man who shook hands with workers before talking to investors. He taught me that good work matters more than fame. Then came Anthony, my cousin, the golden boy, the one with perfect hair, shiny boots, and a smile that made investors shake his hand twice. He walked into our company like he was doing us a favor. "Let's modernize," he said. "Let's grow big." He talked about apps, digital bidding, government deals. He talked big and he talked fast, like success couldn't wait another second. My dad trusted him because family meant safety. But I learned something that year. Family can be the sharpest blade. Anthony handled meetings. He handled legal documents. He said, "Let me take the paperwork burden off you." That sounded helpful, but snakes are quiet too. One afternoon, I walked into the office and saw him smiling at his laptop. I asked, "Good news?" And he replied, "Oh, you'll see soon." I thought it meant growth. I was wrong. A month later, our fate changed with one contract, a massive city development deal. My dad hugged Anthony when they signed it, thanking him, telling him, "You saved our future." Anthony just smiled and shrugged like it was nothing. 2 days later, we learned it wasn't our company on the contract. The paperwork transferred all business operations under Anthony's new corporation with a nearly identical name. Even our workers and clients legally belong to him now. My dad stared at the documents, reading line after line like he was reading a death certificate. His hands shook, his voice trembled. Anthony just leaned against the doorframe and, without a hint of regret, he said, "It's not personal, it's business. Don't make this dramatic." In that moment, something inside me snapped quietly. No screaming, no crying, just a cold understanding. He wasn't family anymore. If you're still here, hit subscribe, because after this moment, I stopped being a victim and started becoming something else. Anthony took everything. Our employees followed him. Our bank accounts showed almost zero. We went from a functioning business to a broken home. My dad started losing weight, barely sleeping. He kept saying, "I raised him. I trusted him." And every time, his voice cracked, like his heart was splitting. I took a job at a small diner. I cleaned tables, refilled drinks, smiled at customers, and every night I studied business law, contract codes, construction regulations, bidding loopholes. I spent 2 years like this. No parties, no weekends, no rest. Even on busy days when people laughed and clinked glasses around me, I kept my headphones in, listening to lectures about legal fraud. Sometimes strength doesn't roar. Sometimes it learns in silence. Using my mother's maiden name, I got a temp position at Anthony's company. He never recognized me, behind a mask and a different name. I organized files, scanned invoices, and quietly copied everything crooked he had ever done. He bribed inspectors, hid material shortages, forged safety approvals, ordered workers to lie on reports. He was building skyscraper dreams with collapsing foundations. He was a king built on rotten concrete. Then came his grand project, a 40-story luxury tower. If it succeeded, he would become a national name. Sponsors lined up, investors treated him like royalty. Reporters loved him, the city praised him. He invited my father to the groundbreaking ceremony just to humiliate him. My father refused to go. I didn't refuse. I watched from afar, holding a folder thicker than the contract that destroyed us. Weeks later, during the city council meeting to approve the tower's final construction phase, he stood before them like a hero. I walked in, not as a waitress, not as a temp, but as the woman who knew every dirty secret in his foundation. The council recognized me to speak. Anthony looked confused, then irritated. I opened the folder. Slowly, calmly. Violations, fake approvals, cheap material purchases linked to bribes, illegally cut safety protocols, whistleblower statements. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult him. I spoke like a builder, with facts and foundations. Anthony panicked. He denied everything. He called me emotional, jealous, overreacting. But fraud doesn't disappear just because you yell at it. The council revoked his construction license, his assets were frozen, his company shut down pending investigation. His name hit the news not as a business genius, but as a criminal cutting corners with public safety. His tower never touched the sky. 1 year later, we reopened Reels Builders. My father held the ribbon cutter with shaking hands, not from weakness, but from pride. Our old workers returned, investors came back, and we built something better than a company. We built a comeback. Before you go, like this video and subscribe if you believe this. Real revenge isn't loud. It isn't violent. It isn't quick. Real revenge is rebuilding something they thought they destroyed forever, just like we did, brick by brick.